So in our bathroom when we moved in back in 2004, the guest bathroom had a tile floor and a tile edging around the side behind the toilet. And it also has a bunch of this plastic as the shower. And it used to be a bunch of the backsplashes around the sinks and such. So I kept the old, I never really liked this edging along the wall. And so I kept the old backsplash for the sinks, and I finally got around to the point where I'm tired of it sitting in the garage, so I'm gonna cut it and have it fit. And assuming I can hold that up there, so I cut one piece that will fit along that side, and I figure I'll put that piece in first and then I'll put the piece along the back. But first I get to demo and take out the tile. I'm hoping that's not going to be too horrible, but we'll see. I'm not going to demo, or I'm not going to video the demo. I mean, it's basically you use hammer and pry bar and stuff to carefully trim that out without screwing it up. So hopefully that will work. All right, boy, that messy to tear out, but it only took like a couple minutes. So it looks like that's going to work just fine. I measured, and this was a 28-inch piece, and I believe, well, now that I have it in actual place, I can measure between there and there, but I think that's 37 inches, so I'll check that next. And this is why some things are easier before you put in a toilet. So for 37 inches, it hits the water pipe and it hits the tub. I'm going to be able to put it in one piece, so I'm going to have to figure out where to cut it, probably right behind the toilet, and then two pieces isn't bad. You're not going to ever see the joint. It's just more work and annoying. So I had got one of these things to do some caulking in the bathroom specifically, and so I figured I'd try it. Well, this falls under the do not recommend unless you take it apart, because the way the tool was set up, they do have really cool replaceable ends for putting the caulking in and all that kind of stuff, but for tight areas, you cannot get that tool in there at all. So I had to take it apart. Once I took it apart, this part was actually useful. So if you're going to get this and you have big wide open areas, maybe it would work okay. But if there's any kind of tight areas, take the thing apart. So the way this comes originally, this part is screwed on the back so that it does that. Well, that's great. And there's another straight blade there and a curved thing for digging out caulking. But like I said, if you have anything where you have to get into any kind of tight corners, take this part off. These pieces together might be okay as long as you don't have to get those into tight corners. But this little piece, take it off, is not going to work well. However, after I took it off, it does have a wide variety of tips and sizes and things for different contours. So that part's cool. So would I buy it again? No, because I already have one. But if I didn't have one and would I get it and I needed to do caulking? Yes. Again, the only thing I would say is take this thing apart, because you can also see I got caulking down in here. That would have been in behind this and made a total mess. As it was, I got some on the back of this. So yeah, the plan was always to repaint this bathroom, but otherwise I think it's gonna work. The two pieces kind of worked. It would have been better if my caulking gun had not had such a wide tip, but I had an older caulking thing I was trying to reuse. But I think it'll work. It's at least better than what was there, and it blends in more along with the rest of the bathroom trim and edging. And I think once I paint, the line along the wall will look a lot better. But it was, I probably should have put that edge somewhere other than directly behind the toilet, because that was a pain in the butt to do that joint. But again, these kind of things you're normally supposed to do without having a toilet installed, because then it'd be way easier. But otherwise, I think it was a successful project. At least that portion. So, there we go.